Hey guys, it's Dark Rule 1030 here. I'm your Thursday for today. Sorry, this video is not going to be edited. It's going to be kind of like a rant. This week is about bullying. Bullying is stupid. We all know how stupid bullying is and how stupid these people come from. How stupid these people are. Okay, we get it. We get it. They have some sort of insecurity. They feel like they need to take it out on somebody, and they have to improve. They have to impress their group of friends. Why the hell do they? Why the hell do they have to do that? Beyond me. I don't know. I don't know. When I was in school, I never felt the need that I had to impress anybody, so I just did whatever I wanted to do. What I did back middle school was I always moved to a different middle school every single year. That wasn't a choice, it was because we always moved. So I had a different experience in middle school. I kind of got lucky with middle school because if I stood in the middle school, oh my god, my life would have been miserable. Some of you people are not so lucky in that department. And that sucks. I feel really bad for you. My thing is, what I did, because I got bullied all the time. All the time I got bullied. But it was never physical. It was always just, my best thing was if you're being like, what do you call it, emotionally bullied, I guess when people say all this stuff. My best friend was my MP3 player, my CD player, my radio Walkman, whatever. I don't care what it was. I just listened to a whole entire playlist or CD of whatever songs I had, and I just always walked to school. I always used to go throughout the day, through the hallways, wearing that thing. Sometimes in classes I would even listen to it because I went to a ghetto school where the teachers are just spending 45 minutes yelling at the kids and I just have one there in the ear. And it was like whatever, because when you had those headphones on, it made you feel, when I had those headphones on, it made me feel really powerful. It made me feel like I could walk down those hallways and not have to worry about what people say. I used to pretend that I was like in a movie and this will all go away. That's what I did. Once I got out of middle school, I went into high school. I kept doing the same thing. Harry Potter books became my best friend. I had a whole bunch. I read each one like every single time, but at this time the 6th or 7th one were out. And I'm reading this, and then the 6th one finally came out, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm in the middle of Order of the Phoenix, and I'm reading these books, and I'm reading the books that are being assigned to me. So, like I was reading Flowers for Algernon, I was reading a whole bunch of different books, and library was my friend during the cafeteria days, so I would always go to the cafeteria and I would always just stay there. I would always have my own little secluded place where nobody's around or where nobody stands at. And I would stand there and make that my territory. I would allow people into my territory, but if somebody affects my territory, I move somewhere else where there's a completely different territory. There was a little hallway in between the cafeteria and somewhere, and that was my spot if people were going to go, because there were 2 exits to get out of the cafeteria, and everybody bombards these exits. So if I was standing there just waiting, for the whistle to blow, I would have went, and it would have been over. I hated the lunch period. It was the worst. I had my group of friends. Some of our friends that, if I was lucky that year, I would share, the lunchroom with somebody that I knew, or with more than one person. And the more friends that you have, it's good. Now, there was a time where I just didn't have any friends, and I'm like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. I always avoided it. See, music is my strength. It's always been my strength. It has made me feel like I have the confidence to do anything. I'm a very negative person. Very negative person. I always say that I can't do something. I always say that this is bad. I always say that I end up being my worst enemy, because I started listening to what I was hearing in elementary school, and I started listening to what I was hearing in middle school, until I finally got the bright idea that, teachers ain't going to take away my MP3 player, and whatever. MP3 player, your cell phone is your MP3 player. Back then, my cell phone wasn't an MP3 player, so you can say that I use my phone for emergencies. But there's too much behind my story. Way too much behind my story. And I don't know if my advice will work for you, because I don't even know how schools run these days. But I know that it is getting better. There are from some of the schools, there are gay straight alliances in schools, and then they become your friends and stuff like that. And I believe schools are going to get better. Right now, they're probably not so good because, a lot of people don't have the same beliefs. And pretty soon, these kids are going to feel really stupid, these bullies, because when they go out to get a job, they ain't going to get one. They ain't going to go to college, or they might go to college, but they're going to feel so stupid. They're going to feel so out of place. Once you go to college, sometimes people, it depends on how it is. It depends on what college you go to, but college is really secluded. It's very if you go to a university, you're going to be sharing, a roommate with people, and sometimes that's just bad. When I went to community college, I made sure that I was able to go home and to come back. And therefore, that was no bullying whatsoever because nobody knew who each other was. You always had different classes. You always had different classes every semester. Sometimes you shared classes with people, and that was cool. And then you had friends. And then next semester, you make new friends. It's an adventure. Me, I never been to a university. I imagine that university is probably slightly worse than community college because of the fact that everything is not so, like everything, like you're going to be stuck with some of the people that live on the campus. And I don't know. But me, I'm not currently in college anymore. I never got to finish because of, just too much stress in my life. And I just felt like, college is just not working out for me. And me, I'm considered what you call a failure in life. But that's just me. But seriously, you guys can, the sky's the limit. And look, going through high school and going through, middle school and everything, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say that it's not. It's not. Will it get better? Depends on your situation. It really does. It really does. And I know that bullying sucks, and I know that sometimes when you're getting bullied, you go home and sometimes your parents, or you have parents that yell at each other, or you have a mom, or you have drug addicts, or you have alcoholics, or you have abusers, or you have something. Everybody's situation is different. We don't know what your situation is, but there's always a way out of it. There's always a brighter day. There's always a light to the end of the dark tunnel that you are walking in. As afraid as you are, you're not. I can imagine, I know what it's like. You're walking down a dark tunnel that you feel like you absolutely have no idea from the day that you're born. And it's always dark and you're not really sure what's going on. And when you first walk, some people, they get attacked at a really young age from these creatures that you can't see in the shadows attacking you. And it hurts, but you're still walking forward. You're still being pulled forward. You're getting scared of all these things. And then sometimes you get that confidence, or sometimes there's going to be those light periods where you see light in the sky or something like that, and you have your good days, you have your bad days, but you keep walking to the end of the tunnel. It's like a big journey of dealing with the most stressful, scariest things in life. And some people are just braver than others and they can rush through it. They can run, they can do stuff like that. There's people that can avoid it. There are people that can do anything. But look, listen, at the end of the day, at the end of whatever, just know that you are blessed and that there are people out there that care for you. I may not know you. I may not know who you are. I may not know where you live, but I am a friend. I am a friend because I have been you. I am you. Just being in the closet or having this thing eating out your heart, and you are denying it and denying it and denying it, and you feel really bad about it. And then sometimes you might even date a girl or something like that, and it's a difficult place where you are. It's very difficult. Sometimes you have to lash out and you become a bully yourself because you're so insecure about yourself. You're so insecure about your sexuality. You have to understand that out there that there's a world of people that do care, and that high school isn't your world. It's just your world right now. It's the biggest fear that you're facing. High school, middle school, elementary school. It is all this big tunnel, which I don't even understand why we're forced to go through it. I mean, I understand education is important, but being in a public setting, I don't know. But hey, who knows? You're going to be happy. Suicide should never be an answer. Suicide has always been an answer in my head, when I was younger. I'm like, ugh, what is the point? Sometimes seeing this is just enough. Hearing it, it's a different story. But just picture yourself listening to music and picture that you're in a movie. That's what I did. I always pictured I was in a movie. I always pictured that when I had those headphones on, I pictured that I was like in some sort of drama and I'm living my life and whatever. And everything that happens to me, even if it hurt or something like that, it's just all part of my story. And I can share it with somebody. And that excites me, you know? But it's bad because you're gonna feel the pain and you're gonna feel the struggles and all this stuff like that. But if you keep it going, you're gonna have a really good story to tell somebody one day. And it's always the ones that are abused, the ones that are attacked, the ones that feel they just feel bad about themselves, that seem to always conquer everything. Because if you're that sad and you keep going, it means that you believe in something. You may not consciously believe it at the moment, but you believe that there's a reason for you to stay, and you're right. Keep following that feeling. Keep fighting the good fight. Fight every single day. Remember, there are people out there that would have it worse than you in the world. You know, some people live in a really poor country. Imagine being gay in that situation. You know, some people are very religious where you would get killed if you were gay. If it's a freaking crime for you to be yourself. It's ridiculous. Imagine living that life, and then you have to come to America, and then you have to deal with the whole immigration process, and people calling you an immigrant, and you not knowing the language, and it's ridiculous everywhere we go, and there has to be some sort of acceptance out there. But honestly, I believe in you, and I believe that us as gay people have the most amazing strength deep buried in us. That if we finally accept ourselves, we become the world's strongest people. The word faggot, the word gay, the word homo, once you're open to yourself, does not affect you. It becomes something that you laugh at. Be like, thank you, I know. You know, but that's how I see it. And I hope that you can be strong enough to face your fears. Sometimes things happen and they happen for a reason, as unfair as it is. But I believe that life is fair because what happens to you today may not happen to you tomorrow. It always balances out. So when your days seem bad, really bad all the time in school, this part, when you get to this side, eventually, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get all this stuff. All the people who usually suffer down here for a long, long time in their lives will spend a majority of their second half of their life up here. I'm not saying sometimes you are going to be like this far. Some you're going to be like this. You know, some people start off great, they drop. But remember, life is fair. What you put in is what you receive. You know, keep being a good person. Keep being the best person that you can be. Keep being the nice person. Fight only if you have to. You know, only if you have to. If there's no other option, that seems to be the only way. I would not sit there and take a punch. If somebody touches me, you have the right. You have self-defense. You can argue it all you want. You can do all this stuff. But I believe that you can succeed in life, and you are who you are, and accept it and own who you are. It's very scary. I know what it's like to go down that road. Coming out is a very scary thing because you are scared of what people are going to say about you. You are scared of everything. But once you own yourself, because people think you have to accept yourself first. Once you accept yourself, the world will accept you whether or not. Come out to a group of friends. But that's actually next week's topic. Getting way too ahead of myself. Anyways, guys, this has been Dark Roller 1030 here. I love your faces, and I wish that you guys had the best of luck in your lives. And don't let nothing bring you down. Always comment me. Always comment. Comment. If you have any questions, personal message me. I have my own channel, Dark Roller 1030 here. I do videos every single day to help people like you, to show my life. So that way that you guys can have something to look forward to if you guys are in a dark place. So, I love you guys so much. Love you without even knowing you. You are the greatest thing ever. You are strong. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. You are kind. You are important. You are amazing. and always know that. Peace out.